words cannot do justice to the experience some members of our team had when they visited the city dump. With the help of Steve Johnson, a missionary in Tegucigalpa, whose mission work is to bring food, water, and the gospel to the community of people living in the dump, we were able to take a small step into their world and try and meet a physical need for food and water, all the while hoping that they would see Jesus in our actions. We were not prepared for what we saw.
Women end up there because they don't have jobs and they have to take care of their kids. And the older women and the older men end up there because their families can't take care of them and they just drop them off. Probably life expectancy of somebody that ends up in the dump is probably about a year. The vulture to person ratio is probably 10 to 15 to 1. They dig right next to them, and vultures, to protect their food, they throw up on it. So the people are more or less digging with dirty creatures, picking up diseases from them and the food. When they eat food, it's like rotten tomatoes that nobody else wants. It's things that nobody else would eat, nobody else would touch, nobody else would have. And when they get sick, they die. Our first time there, we just gave them food and water and they loved it. And every time we go, it's totally different. What we've been doing is just bread, bologna, and water and bananas, minimos, which is a small banana, and we've changed up our water just recently. Instead of bags of water, we started doing jugs of water. It's cheaper for one, and it adds more person-to-person contact when you hand somebody a glass of water. In the dump, we're just trying to give them Jesus so that when they do die, they're going to heaven, and they're not going lost. And that's our hope, and the only time they ever see Jesus is when we show up, and that's it.
As we pulled up to the Good Shepherd Orphanage, we were greeted with big smiles and waves as the children ran to meet our bus. We had no idea what to expect from them, and they had no idea that they were about to have Christmas in July. As soon as we exited the bus, we were swarmed with children, each and every one wanting to make a new friend, wanting to be hugged and loved, even for just a day. Although it rained throughout the day, it didn't stop us from having the time of our lives. We laughed and played, repaired the swings on the playground, and with the help of a lot of little hands, we managed to put up a tunnel slide for them. Just when they thought the day couldn't get any better, it did. We lined them up at the bus and handed out Christmas boxes filled with toys, candy, clothing, and school supplies. As the day came to an end, our hearts were broken because we had to say goodbye to our new friends. We never know what we'll see when we walk into the hospital, but one thing we do know, this is a place that needs to see Jesus. Playing, laughing, and praying take on a whole new meaning when you do it at the bedside of a child who's dying with cancer or a child that has kidney failure and there's no proper medical treatment available to them. It's a privilege to bring a smile to the faces of the children and their families, but it's an even greater privilege to pray for them. Sweeping the streets for just pennies an hour is hot and exhausting work. Our team sought to bring relief to these workers by providing them with a bottle of Gatorade, a small gesture, but we wanted them to know that we care about them, and so does Jesus. We didn't get to spend much time at the blind school this year, but we had fun seeing the children again and hearing them sing to us with their beautiful voices. Our last day in Tegucigalpa was like a mini retreat. We went to Didasco, an orphanage we visited last year, to deliver food for their pantry, and to take the kids to the water park. To say that we had fun would not do justice to the good time that we had.